Hey guys, it's Simmy, and this is Wrestling Unlimited, as it's Wednesday, and that means tonight was AEW Dynamite. And if I'm going to be honest, I felt like this kind of like a roller coaster type of show, where like there were things I liked and then things that I really didn't like or care for, and then came back up and then back down again, and then there was cool things and then back down. So it was like, the hit or miss show, if I'm going to be completely honest. Also, Mr. The Spot, you my boss? Mr. The Spot, let me know. Are you my boss over here? Why didn't you stream Friday? And you don't even let know? Irresponsibility, bruh. Well, first off, you don't even speak proper English. And secondly, you want to say I didn't let nobody know? I didn't let nobody know. Let's go to the big board. Put you looking like a dumb shit. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Hey, what did this say 4 days ago? Heads up. I watched SmackDown tonight, but was not able to 100% pay attention. So it turns out, intern was not able to take notes and will not be doing a review. We'll report any news coming from the show, though. That was before I would have went live. So if you want to tell me irresponsibility, bruh, first off, you're not my boss, so screw you, for starters. And yes, I did inform you guys that I wasn't doing a live show because I had some personal things I had to take care of during the show. So I, again, had it on and was paying attention, but not enough to give a proper review. So I don't have to really explain myself to you, but I thought I would, because you want to be a dick in my chat? Well, I'll call you out, motherfucker. Just saying. As far as Dynamite does go, easy show to watch. I will say that for sure. Easy show to watch, but it's like there's good stuff and there's bad stuff, and there's good stuff and there's not good stuff. Like Megan Bane. What is Megan Bane supposed to be? Another Camille? She feels like she's supposed to be somebody's bodyguard with nobody to guard. She literally feels like she's supposed to be somebody's bodyguard with nobody to guard, and it's weird. And I just don't understand it at all. I think her and Chris Statlander can have a good little program. Get her fully rolled into the AEW thing, but I don't know what it is with her. I've seen her do good work on the indies and in Japan, but it's like she comes into AEW, she's got the most blank face ever. She just beats people up, I guess you could say, in the ring, and then walks to the back, doesn't say a word, none of that. She's got no character. What's her character? She feels like another Camille with less charisma, and they didn't let Camille show any of her charisma. So I don't know what's going on with Megan Bane. Very underwhelmed by that for sure. For sure. But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. Remember, if you are watching live on Twitch, you can help us out a couple of different ways. You can help us out by hitting that donate button down below, or by donating Twitch bits in the live chat. Also, remember, you can help us out by subscribing to the channel one of two different ways. You can subscribe with a tiered subscription, or you can subscribe with Amazon Prime, because remember, if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Prime Gaming. Prime Gaming gives you a lot of cool things like free games, free stuff for games, and you always get one free subscription to any Twitch channel you want to subscribe to throughout the month. And I'd greatly appreciate it if you did right here for Wrestling Unlimited. Also, remember to help us out over on YouTube. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know when we post new videos. That way you know when we go live. And that way you know when we post to the community tab. Also, if you want to support the channel in another way, check out our memberships. Hit the join button and become a channel member. The $1 tier, you're helping us out keep these lights on. And you're also getting access to, emojis and emotes that you can use in the live chat, and tutorials for our graphics packages. So if you ever wanted to try and recreate our graphics packages that we use, that we make within Photoshop and After Effects, well, we're going to teach you how to do that. Our newest tutorial on our 2025 Royal Rumble graphics, the tutorial will be up either tomorrow or Friday. I'm just finishing editing that. It's like an hour and a half, 40-minute video, because it's literally going through all the prep work in Photoshop and all of the editing in After Effects. So it's a big, juicy one. We're not just teaching you to do one little thing that's going to take 10 minutes. No, I'm teaching you how to create the entire graphic package from start to finish. So that's going to be a beefy one that everybody either subscribed as a channel member here on YouTube or at patreon.com PW Unlimited will get at the $1 tier. And then if you are at the $5 tier higher, which we really only have the $5 tier, I don't know about creating a $10 tier because it's like, what can we really give you? It's really worth it unless you guys have ideas. But I think a $5 tier is sufficient enough for what we want to do, regardless of all of that. I'm like thinking inside baseball in my head. The $5 tier, you will also be getting all the graphics as far as the files. So you'll get all the assets that we used. You'll get the Photoshop files, and you will get the After Effects files as well. That should be up either tomorrow or the next day. It's all been recorded. It's halfway edited. But again, like I said, it's over an hour and a half long, so it's taking a minute to edit. If you ever wanted to learn how we do our graphics, I'm going to teach you. And then we're going to do that at least once a month. March, there might be 2. Because I might do Elimination Chamber and Revolution. I think you might get 2 in March. So, kudos. Also, next week, we'll be doing a Q&A as well for subscribers, either member subscribers or Patreon subscribers at patreon.com/PW Unlimited. And remember, if you want to get your comment, question, or concern read live on the air, you can do so by donating a super chat in the live chat. Finally, head over to the Epic Game Store. Head over to the Epic Game Store and buy something. Whether you're buying a new game, whether you're buying an old game, whether you're claiming a free game or getting bucks for Rocket League, Fortnite, or Fall Guys, use this code right here, PW Unlimited, at checkout, and you will be supporting us at no extra cost. The new season of Fortnite, Chapter 6, Season 2, comes out next week, the 21st, I believe. So if you're going to be getting V-Bucks for that, use our code. Also, the Epic Game Store does have a winter sale going on right now, from February 10th to the 24th. So you might want to check that out and see what cool goodies they've got for sale. We can look really quick right now. FC 25, Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Redemption 2, Dead by Daylight for $7.99, ladies and germs. $7.99. Hogwarts Legacy Deluxe Edition, Digital Deluxe Edition. Oh, that's a great game. Hogwarts Legacy is a great game. Also, Madden 25 on sale. Among Us right now, $2.99. If you ever were like, man, I want to play Among Us on my computer, $2.99. Go over there, check it out. Heck, Grand Theft Auto, the trilogy, $23.99. What a steal. What a steal for 3 Grand Theft Auto games. But with all of that, I want to say thank you for joining us here. Let's talk some Dynamite. Let's talk AEW. AEW comes on the air, and the Hurt Syndicate, the Guns, MJF, Dustin Rhodes, and Megan Bane are all prepping for their matches later tonight as Excalibur welcomes us alongside Tony Schiavone and Nigel McGuinness. No Taz. Not sure where Taz was. I didn't hear if they said where he was. We then hear a chorus of boos as Max Caster is coming down to the ring. Caster says he's the best wrestler alive and holds up his trademark of saying such. You know what? I want to look up his trademark really fast. Does he really have that trademark? Is it a real trademark? Let me see. U.S. trademark patent website. His best wrestler alive. So if we search on the U.S., let me pull this up. I've never looked this up before. If we go here to the U.S. Patent Trademark Office, best wrestler live. General search. Oh, he does own it. Okay, that's a real trademark. Registered date. So application date, July 19th, 2021. Registration date, July 26th, 2022. Okay. He does own it. Interesting. Best wrestler alive. Okay, cool. I never looked it up before, so I was like, is it real? And it is. But he's not. I'll just say that, but he's not. Anywho, he said, I'm here to hold an open challenge. I'm the best wrestler alive, and I know Anthony Bones and Billy Gunn ain't going to come down here and take this challenge because I ran them out of AEW. I was always the mastermind of the Acclaimed. He then said, so who in the back can survive the best wrestler alive? And he was furious when the music of one Hangman Adam Page hit. He was so furious that he fled. He ran away, jumped out of the ring and into the crowd and hid behind a fan sign. Caster literally ran for his life, hid from Hangman. Hangman's all taking the jacket off, getting ready, goes in the corner and looks around and goes, where'd he go? Where'd he go? So, Hayes then rose up, Page jumps into the crowd. Caster not paying attention. He rises up behind Caster and clobbered him with a right hand and a series of clotheslines. The crowd was amped up as Page flattened Caster with a buckshot lariat for the quick win. Like, this match was nothing. Page just destroyed Caster. Hangman beat his ass. Page then marched to the back as Caster struggled to hold up his trademark plaque. I hate this Max Caster stuff. This is like the dumbest shit they've done. This is some of the dumbest shit AEW has ever done. I'm just going to say it. Say it right now. So, we get a recap of Ricochet defeating Swerve Strickland last week. Ricochet was shown saying that Strickland had all the threats and insults. None of them matter when you can't win. None of that matters when you can't win, as Ricochet is moving on to bigger and better things. Strickland said that they're far from being done, though. He's all about an eye for an eye. Prince Nana said that Strickland should be focused on Jon Moxley and the AEW World title. But Strickland said that the last time he took his eye off the ball, look what happened. Hangman burned his house down. The video ends with Ricochet doing his cocky laugh as he was shown wearing the embassy robe that he stole from Prince Nana last week. Then we get the trios titles. Death Riders defending against the Undisputed Kingdom's Adam Cole, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly. How long have these guys had these belts? Since All In, and this is only like their 5th defense? Like, are you fucking kidding me? And the match itself, I'd say it was good-ish. It wasn't bad. There was nothing wrong with the match, but it was just a normal, by the books, TV match. People got the shit in, and then that was it. Nothing special, I will say. Like, it wasn't a bad match. It wasn't a great match. It was just good. It was there. So the Undisputed Kingdom attack immediately, but things went just quick to commercial. When things returned, O'Reilly was being isolated on their side of on the heel side of the ring, and as he tried to fire up on Castagnoli, Yuta got a cheap shot in. Death Riders and triple teamed O'Reilly as Strong and Cole were held back by the referee Rick Knox. Kitchen sink knee turned Pac inside out, which allowed for a hot tag to Strong as he ran wild with backbreakers aplenty. Strong hit Pac with a gutbuster. Cole followed with a backstabber and a PK by O'Reilly. Yuta then shoved O'Reilly off the ropes, allowing Castagnoli to blindside Strong and find himself back inside the ring, isolated once again. All 3 Death Riders took turns stomping Strong as rapid-fire locomotion charges in the corner led to Yuta turning Strong inside out with a lariat as we go to another commercial break. Yeah, second one in this match. Match actually got some time. We come back from the break. Castagnoli was sent flying to the outside a little bit afterwards. He ate an O'Reilly dive from the apron. Pac then flew off the top and ate a Cole midair super kick. A little bit later, there's fastball special with Yuta, but O'Reilly got his knees up inside cradle for a closest to in the match, I guess you would say. Super kick from Cole, high-low from Strong O'Reilly, but Pac just barely made the save. Strong tried to dive on Castagnoli, but was caught and hit with a giant swing into the barricade. Castagnoli then brought a chair into the ring, but wrestled with the referee before eating a super kick. Referee Rick Knox then placed the chair out of the way, and with his back turned, allowed Yuta to hit a low blow on O'Reilly and then cradle him to pick up the victory. Kind of a nothing happening finish. And that's why I can't say the match was great. I can say it was good at best because the finish was flat. The finish kind of sucked. Oh, we're going to distract the ref with the chair so the heels can hit the low blow. And the roll-up, too, was so weird looking. It was such a grab them, kind of slow into it, roll it over, cradle, got it, okay. That was weird. Very, very weird. So in post-match, Castagnoli, Pac, and Yuta all continue the beatdown until Daniel Garcia, Matt Menard, and Angelo Parker run down to make the save, causing the Death Riders to retreat. Garcia helped Cole up, and everyone gave a, I guess you could say, nod. Cool. Okay. RTS with Oscar was a super chat. Thank you for that. He says, so are Taven and Bennett just extras in the Undisputed Kingdom now? Not just now. They've just always been extras, basically. I don't know what the plan is with them or what they really want to do other than, like, they did hold the tag titles for ROH at one point before losing those with the Adam Cole and MJF 2 years ago. But it's like, yeah, they're just guys. Nothing special guys. Bennett and Taven, that's it. Like, they're just guys And like sometimes we see them with these guys and sometimes we don't. Sometimes they're there, sometimes they're not. It's weird. It's like, are they part of this group or are they not? Are they hanger-oners with Roddy and just sometimes show up and say, Adam, or your friend? I don't know. It's weird, and it's like a lot of things in AEW. It's just something happens, and we don't know exactly what's going on. So it's more Tony Khan random bullshit. Like, they're part of the group. It's like, Wardlow. Where the fuck is Wardlow? Yeah, he's got a knee injury, but is he still out with that knee injury? No one mentions his name. He was part of this damn group. So I don't know. John Moxley and Marina Shafir were then walking backstage, and all of a sudden Cope attacks Moxley from behind with the chair. They then as in Moxley and Jay White, grab Marina and slide her into a room. When they do, they get it to where like she's in the room, then they grab the briefcase from her and pull it out of the room and then like pull the door closed, so like the chain from the briefcase is stuck in the door, but she can't get out of the door, and then they get they get bolt cutters and prop the chain, and then they run away with the belt and the briefcase. And then they're like, "We stole your briefcase." And I'm like, okay. And yeah, this made the way and reason Moxley accepted Copeland's challenge for Revolution even stupider. It's like, is there something in that briefcase other than the belt he doesn't want us to see? We got like a nudie mag or a naked picture of Renee? Because he really doesn't want no one looking in that briefcase. And it's not just you can't see the belt. There's got to be something else in there. I could be wrong, but there's got to be something else that he's hiding in that briefcase that he doesn't want us to see. And so he's like, oh, I'd rather take your challenge than you open the briefcase. MJF is backstage with Renee Paquette and said Texas isn't a real state and Dustin isn't a real man. MJF said if he were Rhodes, he'd get down on his hands and knees and pray to the devil after what he does to him later. Hangman then walks up and tells MJF, I got something to say. MJF goes, whoa, no. MJF asks if Paige has a crush on him because for 4 weeks now, he keeps interrupting him and wanting to be around him. He goes, also, I didn't know Jack Daniels made cologne anymore. Paige asks if that's the best he's got. Same old jokes 5 years in a row. MJF said, this isn't who you are at all. He's seen him lose everything. For what? An apology? What makes MJF sick is that the fans actually still believe in him. Tonight. I don't know why I wrote Tony. Tonight, MJF will beat Dustin Rhodes and move on to what Paige has failed to do, become a 2-time AEW World Champion. MJF calls Paige Seabiscuit and walks off as Paquette tried for a word, and then Paige stopped her, and that was it. So then we get basically another squash match here. It's Samoa Joe, Hook, and Katsuyori Shibata. We'll talk about their shitty name here in a moment. Against Aaron Solo, John Cruz, and Rosario Grillo. So Joe, Hook, and Shibata wasted no time. Attack right at the bell. Hook dropped Solo with a leg capture suplex. Grillo ate a machine gun chop from Shibata before Joe just tripped him with 1 foot and hit a senton. Cruz tried to, I guess you could say, help. But, well, wasn't much of help at all. It took a muscle buster and got pinned. So Joe then cuts a promo afterwards. Gets the mic. And, every week he goes, people have asked about this partnership. What is this? It's simple. They have a common answer. Violence. What stands before you are 3 men. They always have a problem. And always beat your ass to solve it. Joe said, we are the ops. And we will hunt you down in the streets. Which leads to me talking about the patriarchy. Christian wants to go hide in the locker room. Be a chicken. And then, the crowd starts chanting something. I think it's beat his ass or something like that. And Joe just goes, Rah! I'm like, man, just fucking clucked. Joe just fucking clucked. What he said Christian Cage had to do was take his ass kicking like a man. But he continues to hide like a chicken ass. And then after, kick his ass. And he goes, Rah! Joe then issues a challenge, 6-man tag next week. Basically, it would be them 3, Joe, Shibata, and Hook, against Christian, Sabin, and Wayne. Renee's backstage with Chris Jericho and Brian Keith, and she asked if it was any coincidence that he got to keep his $200,000 because Bandido survived Brian Keith last week and he couldn't get the bounty. Jericho said, I would have paid double, triple, it doesn't matter, but he couldn't get it done. So I'm going to have to do it myself. Jericho said that he wants Bandido to meet him in the ring. Jericho left as Cage said for Burkett to never embarrass him in front of Jericho again. So then we get just the, what the fuck? What is, Renee Paquette's in the back trying to interview Willow, who was about to talk, and then all of a sudden, like she was about to talk about going to Japan next month, and then all of a sudden she's just attacked. Marina comes up, wraps something around her neck, takes her out or whatever, and then Moxley walks up and says, this is pathetic. Copeland, you wanna try and fight fire with fire? You're a dead man walking. And I'm just like, Willow? Really? Now she's involved in this? What, huh? How does this make any, huh? And this was the theme of the show. People just interrupting to interrupt to get in the way to get on screen in TV time. Because Hangman did it 3 or 4 times too. He kept coming back. Chris Jericho and Bandido had a little segment here. Both men came to the ring and the lights dimmed and a spotlight hit the ring. As the bell sounded, each turned their backs. Basically, we had a little duel. Each turned their backs 10 paces. Right as Jericho was about to charge, Brian Keith tripped Bandido. He and Jericho with the boots to him. The Outrunners then came out to try to make the save to even the score, brawling with Jericho and Keith at ringside as Big Bill charged down as well. He held up the bounty flyer like he was going to cash in. Bill was about to chokeslam Bandido, and out came Powerhouse Hobbs. Hobbs comes down to the ring and slugs it out with Bill. Bandido got a little offense in and an enziguri as Bill stumbled into Hobbs' big spine buster with Bandido laying the flyer on a motionless Bill. Jericho and Bill versus Bandido and Hobbs? Maybe? Tag match? I don't know. Copa Switchblade backstage. He's like, hey, Moxley, you missing something? Look what we got. White said, they have a canvas that they must paint with the blood of the one true king. Cope then goes, I've carried a briefcase like this twice, actually. As Moxley, hey, all he's got to do, get this briefcase. We'll be in the ring at the end of the show. Meet us there at the end of the night. Basically referencing 2-time, technically, Money in the Bank. Because he won the first one, and then Mr. Anderson had it, and he beat Mr. Anderson for it and took it from him. Anderson, actually, it's Kennedy in WWE. Kennedy. Renee Paquette's backstage with Dustin Rhodes. We got the crowd going before saying the real devil is here. As MJF will find out why he's the last of his kind. Bitch. So we did get MJF versus Dustin Rhodes. Match is pretty dang good. And it was commercial free. I loved this. I thought this was the best thing on the show. This was actually very good. So Rhodes drew a line in the sand. He's supposed to be an old Western, I guess you could say, cowpoke guy. I don't know what you would call it. Anyways, MJF charges at him, but Rhodes immediately hits snap power slam. MJF tried to take powder, but Rhodes wasn't having it and brought the fight right back to him in the ring, only for Rhodes to hang on the top rope before targeting the arm. Rhodes tried a sunset flip, but MJF dropped the leg on the arm for a 1. MJF mocked the crowd and Rhodes before going up into the corner to mock the gold dust pose, but he had a powerbomb for his troubles. There's a Manhattan drop, running boot, and 10 corner punches for his own by Rhodes. The crowd chanting along with all the punches and bunches. Rhodes then hit his signature bulldog, tried to go for the final reckoning, but MJF spun out of it and hit a double stomp to the bad arm. MJF wanted the arm bar, but Rhodes cradled for a near fall. Both men got up as MJF nearly hit a crossroads, but Rhodes spun out and connected with a move of his own, only getting a 2 off of it. Rhodes then fired up as he again wanted to go for the final reckoning, but both traded inside cradles. MJF floated over a back suplex, faked a knee injury, allowing him to hit a snap pile driver for a near fall. MJF placed a chair on the injured arm, but referee Bryce Remsburg refused to allow it to happen and took the weapon away, allowing Rhodes to crotch MJF in the ropes and hit a Shattered Dreams. Third time's the charm. Rhodes finally does hit the final reckoning for the closest two in the match. MJF was able to snap the bad arm again to regain control, hit a final reckoning of his own for a 2 before locking in the salt of the earth. Rhodes was able to get to the ropes, so MJF responded with putting him in a crossface, where eventually Dustin would pass out and the ref would call the match. So there we go. MJF does technically win by submission. Post-match, MJF ran off the referee and he reapplied the salt of the earth. Hangman would then run down and he stomped to the ring. Literally, he was stomping, storming. And so he has to stare down with MJF. This time finally resulting in MJF shooting a double. But Page quickly turned the tables and unloaded punches and bunches. This was like the thing where it's like, oh, everyone's got to run down and break it up. Security, agents, Jerry Lynn, Chuck Taylor, the big breakups, break up the fight spot. We got that every week on Dynamite. It's got to happen once. But again, just like clockwork, one guy breaks free, they get him. The other guy breaks free. They finally get him. One guy breaks free, and then they get him, and this and that. It's just by the numbers. Paint by numbers. 1 is red. Ding. 2 is green. Ding. 3 is blue. Ding. You know what to do. So MJF tried dumping Page off a balcony at one point when they were fighting in the stands. They're finally separated for good, and Page was ushered to the back. MJF threw a beer at a fan, or on a fan. And I'm like, this guy not learned his lesson? Didn't he spit tequila or dump tequila on a fan once, or a kid and got... I don't know. This guy ain't never gonna learn his lesson. MJF then comes back to the ring and took the mic and said for the fans cheering, let them fight. He's ready to go. But the boy sucks, and Page is afraid of him. He's a gutless coward. MJF said that Page is a loser, like all the fans. Page then runs back out, and they brawl once again. Security separates them, and yeah, it was okay. A little redundant with them coming back out. So, yeah. I wasn't the greatest fan of this. Once they separated him in the crowd, and they got him away, I'm like, cool. All right, that was nice. But then you got to give us more. You just got to overdo it just a little bit. And I didn't think that was the best move there. Because, right, it peaked. And then you tried to go over, and nope. Nope. You should have just left it at the peak. We got a video package recapping the top matches for Grand Slam Australia this Saturday. Remember, that airs Saturday night in these states. And it's whenever the basketball stuff ends. They hope 10:30 Eastern or 11 Eastern, something like that. I don't know. It's weird. So then we get Megan Bang again. Emotionless. No facial expression. She just comes down, takes off her thing, takes off the robe, the cape, whatever you want to call it, and then she beats this girl's ass. Named Mayo World. What kind of name is that? Mayo World. It's my world, not Maya, Mia, Hua. I don't know. Fuck. So, footage of Bane and Penelope Ford beating down Thunder Rosa on Collision was shown as Rosa's victory after Rosa's victory over Ford. So Bane then steamrolled her opponent tonight. Shoulder tackle, overhead belly to belly. Bane then no-sold a couple strikes and hit another overhead suplex before connecting with a leaping lariat. F5 and the pin. That was it. And the pin. 1, 2, 3, you're done. Bane gets out of the ring again, shows no emotion, doesn't say anything, doesn't even look down at the crowd or nothing. She's just like, all right, I'm done. Okay, I'm going back to the back. Let's just, I'm not, just screw my stuff. They'll get it for me. And she goes to walk. Statlander's music hits, so she just stops. She kind of looks up, looks down over Statlander. Statlander comes out. The two kind of stare down. Again, Statlander gives her a look like, this is going to be fun when we get it going. And Megan Bane's still over there going, No emotion. No facial features moving at all. It's like she got Botox and can't move her face. And it's just like this. She's just looking at her. Like, come on. Really? But Statlander was coming out because she had a match with Penelope Ford. Mind games from Ford early on. She got a hammerlock and a lick to the side of Statlander's face. Didn't go well for Ford, though, as Statlander responded with a sliding lariat before delivering corner forearms. Statlander missed a charge. Ford tried to lick her again, but Statlander grabbed at the mouth and slammed her when Ford tried a matrix. And I'm like, why are you fucking licking her? You suck so bad that you got to lick her to try and get her off her game because you can't do anything else to her? Like, shit, this was stupid as shit. I hate this licker gimmick. They're the first woman to do it, but still, it's like, what? What? Anyways, Ford floated over in the corner, but Statlander rolled through into a snap drop kick for a 2. Vertical suplex connects as Statlander strikes a pose for the crowd until Ford hits a Cazadora, sending Statlander throat first into the ropes, controlling during a break. At one point, Ford tried the springboard, but leapt into Statlander's clutches for a German suplex for a 2. Statlander wanted a fireman's carry, but Ford turned it into a poison rana. Ford then missed the corner handspring as Statlander hit a big-time lariat, Wednesday Night Fever, and pinned her to pick up the victory. After the match, oh, hey, somebody came back out. A theme of the night. People just wanted to keep coming back out. Out comes Megan Bane. Miss Zombie. She just stomps back out. Just comes back out. No emotion on her face. Goddamn zombie. Megan Bane. Statlander was distracted, allowing Ford to dropkick her through the ropes to the feet of Megan Bane, who grabbed her and hit her with an F5 on the floor. And then she stood over a fallen Statlander, still zombie. She's gotta be a goddamn cyborg, right? That's the story. She's a cyborg. T-1000. She's a Terminator. I don't know what. I'm trying to give her a fucking gimmick here. They won't tell us what she is. She just thinks she's a Greek god kind of deal with the headdress and the wings on the head. I don't. At least tell us she's something. Give us some sort of backstory. Who's this woman? Her name's Megan Bane. And all we know as fans is she's worked GCW, other indies, and she's dating Joey Janela. Other than that, we know nothing about her. They don't tell us, oh, she had a great stint in Japan working Stardom, and then she's been killing it on the indie. Tell us this shit. Let us know who she dang is. No, she's just a fucking cyborg zombie coming out with no emotion, hitting some moves. Boom, 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 boom. I'm done. Brr, brr, brr. Like, what the fuck? Come on, Tony Khan. Anyways, we know Megan Bane can be good. If you've watched her matches in like GCW and Beyond and stuff, she has great matches. Her Stardom stuff was really good, got her really over. So it's like, come on. What are we doing here? It's just another goddamn Camille. Camille was the same way. Even though, a little different, because she got to show a little emotion and got to play a little bit of a character. Megan Bane don't get to do shit. Like I said earlier, she seems like somebody's bodyguard with no body to guard. So then we get a cool little Harley Cameron segment, because again, it's Harley Cameron, the goddamn most talented person in all professional wrestling. You know, a music video of her and the Mercedes Moné puppet rapping. Cameron machine gun raps. I don't know what she was saying. Couldn't tell you. But I think it was like to the beat of Mercedes theme, because at one point the puppet's going CEO, CEO, CEO. So they're rapping, and all of a sudden she cuts it. She goes, hold on. And then she's just sitting there and gets serious. And this was really good. She's sitting down and says, who said you always have to start somewhere? As there was a time she didn't even know how to wrestle, sing, play guitar, ventriloquism. Now she learns Chinese. But thanks to Monet for doubting her, it's only made her stronger. Cameron thanks Monet for elevating this woman's division. She's going to win the TBS title in her hometown in Grand Slam. She doesn't want to ride the Monet train anymore. She wants to drive it. Like, this was the one thing where I would say, if you didn't see this, go watch it, because it was really good. Really good. the music video part, and then the way she's like, hold on, and like cuts it or whatever, and then boom, she's sitting there serious, and I'm like, oh, okay. Again, Harley Cameron. Not the greatest of wrestlers because she's only been actually full-time, like actually in-ring wrestling for a year-ish. Like, what we say about the rookies, I guess you would say, the younger talent in AEW. And how old is Harley Cameron? 31. What we say all the time about the younger talent in AEW is they need reps. They need screen time in the ring to get better. Private Party, they're the same fucking guys they were 5 years ago when this company started. Top Flight, they haven't got no better either. But Harley Cameron is on every show. She's on every Dynamite. She's on almost every Dynamite, on almost every Collision. Because what I've heard is she's asking to do things all the time because she just wants to keep improving and getting better. And that's somebody you want on your roster, somebody you want in your locker room, hyping people up, telling the boss, I want to work whatever. Whether I win, lose, look dumb, look good, that's Harley Cameron for you. She's had a total of, in her entire career, 62 matches. From 2022, February of 2022 to now, she's at 62 matches. And it's like, and even like 2022, she had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches in all of 2022. 2023, she had a little bit more. Maybe about 10, 15, about 15 matches in 2023. But the bulk of all her matches came within the last year. And you see, when Harley Cameron is in the ring, she's trying something new, some move she hasn't done before, or a variation of a move that she hasn't done it that way before. And you always see she's getting a little bit better. So, hey, kudos to her. And that's the thing, like I say, these younger talent need the reps. They need the screen time to get better in front of a camera as far as talking and cutting promos and skits. They need time in the ring to get better. And what is Harley Cameron doing? Working as much as they'll let her. Being on everything. And kudos for her for willing to do it. Because apparently a report came out, I think it was from Meltzer 2 weeks ago, saying that some of these talent are more than willing to work 1 day a week. Or sometimes just sit home and get paid. That's not how you progress and get better. Just saying. This is really good, though. This is really good. I doubt she beats Mercedes. Like, I don't think she wins. But overall, yeah, Harley Cameron's great. So, Hurt Syndicate defend the tag titles. Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin against the Gunn Brothers. Austin and Colton, or should I say, Ass Boys. This was a good match. I thought this was a good main event match for this show. Lashley and Colton started things off as Colton used his speed briefly, only well to be mowed down with a shoulder tackle. Dueling chants from the crowd as Austin tagged in and used his speed as well, but tried to float over out of the corner, caught and launched over the top to the outside by Lashley. Benjamin sent Austin crashing into the side of the ring before tossing him into the front row. Benjamin made the tag, and Austin was controlled during the break. When things did return, Benjamin made a blind tag, allowing Austin to low bridge Lashley to the outside, and then dropped Benjamin with a cutter. Austin leapt to tag in his brother, but, well, Colton was pulled off the apron by Lashley and rammed into the barricade. Back in the ring, Austin managed to use his speed to dodge a corner attack and finally made the diving tag to Colton, who ran wild with a series of drop kicks. An O'Connor roll from Colton, but Benjamin escaped into an ankle lock, which Austin flew in to break up. An assisted blockbuster led to Benjamin being dropped with the Famouser for a 2. Lashley then came back in and cut off a 3-10 to Yuma as Benjamin hit a massive super kick on Colton before sending Austin flying with a series of Germans. Lashley then followed this up with a massive spine buster, like, I'm going to throw you through the ring spine buster. Like, he got him up and then boom, just fucking tried to send him through the ring. Austin ate a corner pump knee from Benjamin while Lashley finished it off with a spear. In the Hurt Syndicate, retain the AEW World Tag Titles. That was good. That was a good match. The Guns got a little bit of offense early, but not too much to make the champions. How do I say this? So it's like, you don't want this to be just a straight up squash, right? Because it's like former tag team champions. They could do something. We already had 2 squashes, so they got offense in early, but then, we get about halfway through this match, 3/4 through this match, and then boom, the champs take over and they beat them down. Because, the lesser team, I guess you would say, exhausted their resources, used their speed, tired themselves out, and the champs took over. I loved the way this match was laid out. It was laid out very well. Very, very well. Then, afterwards, Brian Cage and Lance Archer slowly come out and applaud the champions from the stage, and they stare him down as MVP holds Lashley back because he's ready to fight. So we're about 5 minutes from the top of the hour, and we get a Mariah May video. Basically, she just says Toni Storm should have died back in August, but beating her in Australia isn't the worst thing she could do. She could have Storm beat her and leave for months to make everyone realize the women's division is nothing without Mariah May. May guesses she really does love Storm, as this will be a mercy killing. And so I'm like, is this the end of the show? And then I think, oh, wait, no, Cope said meet me in the ring at the end of the night. So we're going to go overtime again. So we go to break, and when we come back to end this show, Copeland and Switchblade came out. You think you know him. Holding up the briefcase they swiped earlier in the night. Crowd chanted for them to open it up, as it's been months since anyone's seen the AEW World title. Copeland then said, I could try to get this open, but I got an idea. And he pulls out this big old case from under the ring. And commentary goes, I think that's Spike. And he goes, we haven't seen Spike in a while, and she's craving for a meal. Pulls out the board covered in nails, says Spike on it. Copeland says she's hungry, and before he can slam the briefcase with it, Moxley comes down and goes, wait, don't do it. Moxley walks out of the crowd and said, Cope thinks that I don't care about the AEW World title. He or the people don't know jack about what I care about. Moxley has left pieces of his soul in the ring for that title and what it represents, as he is its protector and its shepherd. At Revolution, I'm going to break Adam Copeland's neck. And he agrees to Cope's challenge. And I go, this guy really won't say Cope. It's always Copeland or Adam Copeland. This fucking Moxley really won't say Cope. Thank you. Cope said, that's what I wanted. But she's still hungry and proceeds to smash the briefcase with Spike. Wheeler Yuta tries to hit the ring, but ate a Blade Runner. Claudio hit the ring and brawled with White to the floor as Pac tried to sneak in as well, but ran distraction long enough for Marina Shafir to jump in behind Copeland's back, grab the briefcase, and run away. Moxley would then attack Cope from behind and put the boots to him with Pac, but Cope put a spear on Pac and brawled with Moxley briefly until Castagnoli came back in. Tried a charging uppercut, but was planted with a Blade Runner. Moxley took Spike, and White dared him. Hit me with it. But that distraction was long enough for Cope to hit Mox with a spear. White and Cope then went up the stage. White took the mic and said, at Grand Slam Australia, we're going to put the Death Riders in the ground. Moxley and his crew stared him down, and that's how the show went off the air. So yeah, show ends with hyping up what I assume is the main event. I think. I don't even know. But then after the show went off the air, this was announced. Let's go to the AEW Twitter account. Because they're not just getting a 2-hour collision in Australia. Oh, no. Oh, no. You want to see what else they're getting, ladies and gentlemen? Like, what the hell? Let me pull up a couple of tweets here. We've got this one. This one. There's a couple tweets here with some new match announcements of things that will be taped in Australia. We've got this one. So as far as all these announcements do go, let's pull these up on the screen. First off, we do learn that they are going to be running AEW ROH Global Wars Australia. First off, we do know that the ROH Pure Championship will be on the line when Lee Moriarty defends against Robbie Eagles. We then also do know that it'll be Chris Jericho, Big Bill, and Brian Keith against Bandido and the Outrunners in a trios match. The ROH Women's Championship will be on the line when Athena defends against Alex Windsor. And I go, what? Alex Windsor? Has she even ever worked Ring of Honor? At least recently to earn this? Oh, no, she's just Will Ospreay's girlfriend. We can look up to see if she even has, because I haven't seen her. And then we also have this match, ROH World Tag Team Championships on the line when Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara defend against MXM Collection. So this is what you guys are getting. You're getting Collision and a Ring of Honor taping in Australia. And let me look Alex Windsor real fast. Alex Windsor cage match. Has she even been working Ring of Honor? Okay, so, no, that's not what this is. Never mind. Wow. So the only thing she has done in recent memory, or at all, actually, the only thing she's done since June, when she worked a couple of rampages, is she did the Jericho Cruise, lost to Toni Storm, and lost to Natalia Markova. So, sure, you can get a title shot against Athena. Wow. Okay. Whatever. But yeah, so you'll be getting those 4 matches taped for AEW ROH Global Wars Australia. I assume that's either going to be before or after the actual Grand Slam show. So, cool. If you're going to the show, does this really hype you up? Does this get you invested more, going, all right, cool, more matches? Or is it like, oh, it's just Ring of Honor? Because I've already seen some tweets going, really? They're just giving us Ring of Honor? So they're going to give you 2 hours of Collision and an hour and a half, 2 hours of Ring of Honor? Because usually the Ring of Honor show is, what, a 2-hour show that they film in an hour and a half? As far as what you're getting at Grand Slam Australia, though, for the Collision side of things, Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli will be taking on Cope and Jay White in a Brisbane brawl. So that should be some sort of a hardcore match. Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay will be teaming up to take on the team of Konosuke Takeshita and Kyle Fletcher. The AEW Women's Championship will be on the line when Mariah May defends against Timeless Toni Storm. The TBS Championship will be on the line when Mercedes Moné defends against Harley Cameron. The Continental Championship will be on the line when Kazuchika Okada defends against Buddy Matthews. And then next week on Dynamite, we know of 2 things. MJF and Adam Hangman Page will have a face-to-face, not like they didn't have one tonight twice. And then the Patriarchy will take on the Ops. Yeah, they're called the fucking Ops. With all of that, let's get the poll going here on Twitch really fast. What did you think of Dynamite? What did you think of Dynamite? I liked it. It was all right. I didn't like it. Let's refresh all of these polls really quick. We've got the Twitter X poll. We've got the Threads poll. And let's get the community poll, which is no longer called community, the post poll, because it's no longer the community tab. It's the post tab, because a new kind of community is coming to YouTube, slowly rolling out. I can't wait to get this feature on our channel, because basically we are getting our own little, like, Reddit page, I guess you would say. Slowly but surely, bigger YouTube channels, and some have already got it. It started rolling out about 2 weeks ago, week and a half to 2 weeks ago. YouTube pages are now going to get communities, which are like Reddit pages, like Reddit subreddits, where you guys can then go on there and post a topic or a question or a photo and be like, you know, start a discussion. going to be really cool. A great new way for you guys to interact with the community here at Pro Wrestling Unlimited. I can't wait. I can't wait till we finally get it. They said that there's no rhyme or reason on who gets it when. It's just slowly rolling out to creators starting within the last week or two. But that's going to be really cool because then you guys can start conversations with each other as well. Outside of just these live stream conversations you guys do have, which are always great. But as far as the polls do go, as far as the threads poll, 50% thought the show was just all right. 25% liked it. 25% didn't. Looking over at the Twitter poll, 46% didn't like the show. 26% thought it was just all right. 26% liked it. As far as the YouTube post poll, I guess we're calling it now the post poll, 61% liked the show. 22% thought it was just all right. No, 61% liked the show. 22% didn't. And 17% thought it was just all right. As far as the live poll does go, 62% liked the show, 19% thought it was just all right, and 19% didn't like it. And finally, everybody that voted on Twitch liked the show. So with that, guys, that is going to wrap everything up. I want to say thank you for joining us here. Twitch.tv/PWU Unlimited, YouTube.com/Pro Wrestling Unlimited, and podcast services all around the globe like Stitcher, Spotify, Google Pod, Apple Pod, Anchor, iHeartRadio, and so much more. With that, we'll be back live Friday for Friday Night SmackDown. Have a great night, and we'll see you next time.